Welcome back to New England Living. I'm Rachel Holt. Up next, we're catching the ferry from Boston's Long Wharf out to Spectacle Island, a former dumping ground for the Big Dig turned urban oasis in the heart of Boston Harbor. Named for its unique topography, Spectacle Island is one of over 30 Boston Harbor islands. Just a 30-minute boat ride from downtown, it offers some of the city's most spectacular views and hiking trails. And to help us explore this 114-acre retreat is our own tour guide for the day, DCR's Matt Hagopian. Hello!
Hi Rachel, welcome to Spectacle Island.
Thanks for having us. This is beautiful, and island time starts now, right?
Right now.
Okay. Vacation. I love it.
Let's go.
So this island is 114 acres. That's a really good size. There's a lot to explore. Tell me about the walking trails and what you offer there.
Sure. We have an ADA accessible perimeter trail, which is about 1.5 miles. It goes around the entire island. It's flat, easy to navigate. And for those who want a little bit more of a challenge, we have a lot of trails that go up to our two drumlins, our two glacially formed hills, which sort of wind around the island and bring you up a little bit in elevation to 155 feet in the North Drumlin, which is the highest point in Boston Harbor.
It really feels like you're turning back the clock. There's no Wi-Fi, there's no cars. You can kind of just breathe a little bit, but at the same time, there are those amenities that make it relaxing and fun to stay here.
Sure. I mean, we have a fully equipped visitor center with rangers at the front desk able to give you maps and information about the island. A lot of people just come to get their park passports stamped. That's a really big thing out here. But as well as, bathrooms, which a lot of the islands don't have, drinkable water. And as far as for the swimming folks, we have changing rooms as well as sort of a rinsing station for after they get out of the water.
How does Spectacle fit into the greater picture of the Boston Harbor Islands as a whole?
Spectacle Island is one of 34 islands and peninsulas in the National and State Recreation Park. And it's one of the more heavily visited ones because I think in part of the amenities as well as a lot of the programs that we offer here, like the summer nights, for example, or the Prosecco picnics. And we offer those in conjunction with a lot of our partners. We work in a partnership with National Park Service, with Boston Harbor Now, with the ferry company, and the accessibility that the ferry allows, that the ferries run until mid-October, really lets people get out here and experience a lot of different things. It's a really nice retreat to come out for the day. You're out enjoying a beautiful place and you're looking back at the city and you're seeing it from sort of a new perspective. You're seeing it in a way that kind of gives you a different connection to it, or rediscovering your connection to this place, which is Boston or the mainland.
The sightseeing, it doesn't stop once you leave the island. It happens on the ferry too. There's a lot to see around there, which is really quite magical.
Yeah, and I think especially for a lot of the kids groups that come out here, it may be the first time they've ever been on a boat. And for them, that is half the excitement of it. And as you probably saw on the boat coming over, they get pretty fired up and excited even before they arrive.
It sounds like there's still a lot left to see of the island, so we're going to continue on our tour, but thanks for showing us the ropes here.
Thank you so much for coming out today, and have a great time exploring the rest of the island.
Thank you. As we make our way to the top of one of its drumlins, National Park Service Ranger Elizabeth Colby shares the story behind one of the city's best-kept secrets. Now we are at the highest point in all of Boston Harbor, and you can tell by the views here, this is incredible.
It really is. Yeah, we're at the highest point in the harbor, and I think we're about 150 feet above sea level.
Now, we can't necessarily tell, but we are on top of one of the drumlins. What is the history of this island, and how did it become what it is today?
Yeah, well, originally Spectacle, like many of the hills in the harbor as well as on the mainland, were formed most recently by glaciers as they receded from this area between 10 and 15,000 years ago. So geologically, it's a pretty young landscape. However, the island has since transformed under human hand pretty dramatically over the last 150 years.
Yeah, seeing how it is now with the trees and how lush it is,
yeah,
you wouldn't know that this used to be trash under us.
It's true. Yeah, Spectacle has often been termed a desirable place to do less than desirable business. It has served as a hospital, a quarantine facility, a hotel, and later as a horse rendering factory, and most recently, in the early 20th century, as a grease reclamation plant.
And standing here now, you wouldn't be able to tell all of this. How did we get to where we are today?
Yeah, it's a really interesting story. People from around the area really were calling for this island to be capped. Instead of letting rubbish fill in, Spectacle Island was one of the destinations that received fill that came from Boston's Big Dig project. So as the city moved to put the tunnel in underneath the downtown area, Spectacle Island began to be reshaped through all of that relocation of earth.
And it really is so lush when you get here. There's lots of trees, lots of biodiversity.
Yeah, it is a really intentional landscape. So throughout the reclamation process, and completed in 2006, a design company came here to set new trails, identify species that could accommodate the unique soil patterns underneath the surface. So we have this rich diversity of local species, as well as things that have evolved over time as birds and other animals have influenced the shape of this island. From milkweed attracting monarch butterflies on their annual migration, we've got goldenrod, beach plum, staghorn sumac, and we've got this beautiful mix of pine and shrub, sort of dense forest, to open meadow, creating opportunities for nesting birds, mammals, and people to enjoy.
You really are surrounded by nature out here, and there's tons of good sightseeing.
There is, and it also gives us this incredible contrast, because here we are on this island surrounded by rocky intertidal shorelines, and then just a mile or so off in the distance is this major international city. It's a really special place.